So you came into government, and normally when you have a new government, there's an elaborated governmental plan. But what you are doing is mainly based on three visions, because you want to achieve a situation where you can have elections, and the three visions are zero poverty, zero unemployment, and zero net carbon emissions. How can you, there are now big expectations. What are the key success factors to make sure that the people do not turn away because they feel disappointed? How do you keep this motivation alive to form in Bangladesh a new inclusive democratic system?
Let me clarify a little bit. What you said about the 3 zeros, that's me as a person. And that's what I devoted my life, trying to encourage people to think in those terms and see the logic behind it and see action. It kind of encourages you into action to make it happen, a world of 3 zeros. Because I was always insisting, the civilization that we have right now around us, that we created, we feel very proud of it, fantastic thing that human being has done, created a civilization which transformed the world. And my way of responding to that, I said, this is a wrong civilization. It's a self-destructive civilization. This civilization will destroy us. We have no escape route from this one. So that's where I belong. That's what I try to bring in. That's where the 3-0 fits in. But when I'm invited to run a government, I'm not peddling these 3 zeros into the government. I was trying to see immediate thing, next hour, what we have to do. Because suddenly a new government emerges. After so much killings, the law and order situation became very critical. So how to restore law and order? This is the first thing to do. It's the immediate thing to do. And next thing you do, build up the economy again. Let the economic machine run, because this whole thing stopped. And when you try to start the machine, the economic machine, you say that machine is completely destroyed. Because this is economy which is plundered away. Immediately after that, I tried to appoint a committee to prepare a white paper. So there was stock taking, what we got, what we left, to understand what we inherited from the previous government. And amazing results came later on when the final report came out. The amount of money laundered away from the country. From the banking system, the total amount they've estimated, calculated, it's about $17 billion from the banking system, just laundered away. Very simple thing, very easy way. I think this should be recorded someplace, studied how governments can do that kind of plundering, highway robbery, sitting in the government, running the machine, and still claiming to be a civilized society. The simple way they did it, under the gunpoint, you let the board of the bank resign, and government or a person like the head of the government, Hasina, she puts her own people in the board and let her friends and relatives take away as much money as they want by giving them loans. On paper, it's a loan. Actually, these loans will never expected to be paid back. So you are literally robbing the whole bank. And that's how the money has been plundered. And if you look at the whole economy, the estimate came $16 billion per year over 15 years. Per year, $16 billion has been shifted away by over-invoicing, under-invoicing, and by illegal channels take the money away. So you have a an economy, as I was trying to describe, is like suddenly you have a tornado, everything goes berserk, and you start wondering how do you start all over again. So the economy that we inherited was a kind of after the tornado of the economy. How do you start that? So that became our immediate thing, how to put order in the economy. Our economy, first mainstay is our garment industry, the ready-made garment. USA is the main buyer. Whole Europe buys, but our number one buyer is USA. So we want to make sure industry keep functioning. So how do you do that in a situation? So our aim is to make sure that our exports, our businesses started taking place and so on. So how to restore the banking system, how to restore foreign exchange, how to restore the reserves, all these issues immediately engulfed into that. And luckily for us, in all things happening, tremendous amount of support from the people because of the terrible things that they experienced before. Many people disappeared, just not they shot the people, young people on the street. Throughout the 15 or 16 years of their rule, millions of people were put in jail. And I was one of them, waiting to be in jail. While I was in Paris, my friends and my family from Bangladesh saying, don't come back, this situation is bad. As soon as you come, you'll be in jail. So stay there. So that's the instruction I'm getting. While I'm coming here, I was appearing in courts. I have 190 cases against me. You can hardly move in it because some cases I have to appear in some courts. So this is a thing for me. And similar to me, millions of people were in jail on unspecified allegations against them, particularly if you belong to any political party which is against the regime, you have no escape route. So that's a kind of environment. You have to free those people who are in jail, how to do that, because there are cases, judicial system has to work. So those became our first priority to make that happen. Our main support is support coming from all directions within the country. And we saw enormous amount of support internationally. Everywhere we went, there's an outpour of support for the people of Bangladesh and the uprising of the students, how to rebuild. The students were saying, we will have to build a new Bangladesh. They don't have to see anything connected with the old Bangladesh. So that's a big task for us. How do you define that new Bangladesh? How do you start that new Bangladesh? And we are committed to create that new Bangladesh. So case by case, you have to restore discipline of the government and the restoration of the bureaucracy, which was serving the previous government. So suddenly they are asked to do something different, which they never had experience of following the rules and procedures. They get an order, they carry it out. That's all they know. An order comes from one single source. So this became our main issue right now, at that time.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.